All right, let's get into this. My goodness, look at this bill. My goodness, it is a crazy bill. 5,000 pages long. 5,593 pages long. This thing is ridiculous. I don't even know where to begin, because this bill is not just... See, President Trump actually called the Senate out. He said, look, I don't want you guys to start writing some bill that is going to have a bunch of duds stuff in it. I want you to write a bill that is just for the American people, period. Period. And I'm like, yeah, nice. Let's do that. What's wrong with that? And of course they could not do that, could they? They had to slide in a bunch of stuff. And the more people are looking, the more they're finding it. My goodness, is it crazy. We are giving millions of dollars all across the globe. We are just printing that money, baby. It's like they want the dollar value to be gone. That's the vibe I'm getting on how much they're giving away or supporting countries that need it, not the American country. Everybody else. It's pretty crazy. But look at this. I have, this is the first thing that shook me. I saw this. The COVID-19 stimulus bill would make illegal streaming a felony. This is something that actually someone was already trying to pass, like a week ago, was trying to pass a bill. Didn't work. So he slipped it into the stimulus bill. Why? Because people are going to be like, good, a stimulus bill. Like, please, let's do this. Let's pass it because everyone needs help. $600? That's help? $600. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. So, my goodness. Congress looks to provide relief to U.S. citizens and small businesses, but the omnibus bill includes some legislative priorities for the entertainment industry as well. Why? Why are they trying to pass all this random stuff that has nothing to do with stimulus? It's like they've figured out a way, whenever they make any bills, to make all of the bills that everybody wants done into one bill. See, they're not bills anymore. They're I don't know what you would call them. Novels, with all sorts of different chapters, spreading all sorts of, spanning all different types of subjects. There is defense budgets, military budgets, anti-Chinese things in it. I'm not joking. They're straight. You know what? Let me pull this up. I wasn't going to pull this up, but it's insane. Hold on. I need to find the specific piece. There's so many bills. It's insane. Research partnership on activities of the People's Republic of China. Let me pull this up here. Here we go. I want you guys to see this, because this when I saw this, I was like, excuse me, what? Look at this. This is section 612. Research partnership on activities of People's Republic of China. Not later than 180 days after the date of the enactment of this act, the Director of National Geospatial Intelligence Agency shall seek to enter into a partnership with a Demini or a nonprofit research institute to carry out joint unclassified geospatial intelligence and analysis of the activities of the People's Republic of China that pose risks to the national security interests of the United States, and make available on a publicly available internet website unclassified geospatial intelligence products relating to such analyses. Ooh. And now I'm not saying I'm against this side of it, but it seems like they are including some things to keep China in check. Ooh, interesting, right? I mean, what does it mean, that they're trying to keep an eye on, so they're at least admitting it? There's another one. This is the one I just went over about the. Let me just finish reading about this, because this is insane. All right. Providing relief via direct assistance and loans to struggling individuals and businesses hard hit by COVID-19 has been a priority. priority for federal lawmakers this past month, but a gigantic spending bill has also become the opportunity to smuggle in some other line items, including those of special interest to the entertainment community. This is just aggravating. Perhaps the most surprising, according to the text of the bill being circulated, illegal streaming for commercial profit could become a felony. You know, Cyberpunk. I don't want to talk about Cyberpunk, but I need to bring up Cyberpunk just for a second. In their game, there's some music that they didn't actually get the or you can't stream legally because of copyright issues, and you can actually toggle the, whatever music to have in the game. If you're going to be streaming, you need to turn the filter on. But in certain areas of the game, it actually, the company themselves messed up, and it didn't filter these songs, so people were getting copyright checks for their streams and getting in trouble. Now, if this bill was a thing, those people would have basically been felons, according to the law. So they're trying to change it. And CD Projekt Red, I'm really trying to throw you a bone because I love Cyberpunk. It's really an amazing game. I'm lucky to be able to play it without so many bugs because I have a solid gaming PC. But you guys are really just in over your heads right now because the pile of bugs and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But they messed up huge because people were getting marks just because of this copyright issue with the music thing. If you were going to turn that filter on, you make sure like that is fixed in your first bug. Like, all right, people are getting strikes on streaming your game to try to get your product out there, so maybe you can sell more product. All right, well, they snuck it in and would have made it a felony. Okay, now, how much government oversight are we going to, accept? Really, that's the thing. How much are we going to accept? It's kind of ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. It's been 2 weeks since Senator Tom Tillis released his proposal to increase the penalties for those who would dare stream unlicensed works. In doing so, the North Carolina senator flirted with danger. About a decade ago, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar made a similar proposal before it ended up dying as people worried about sending Justin Bieber to jail. This time, Tillis' attempt was winning better reviews for more narrowly tailoring the provisions towards commercial operators rather than users. That said, it's had very little time to circulate before inevitably becoming part of a spending package. If passed, illegal streaming of works, including movies and musical works, could carry up to 10 years in jail. That's not the only copyright change either. The spending bill also appears to adopt a long-discussed plan to create a small claims adjudication system with the U.S. Copyright Office. Oh my gosh, they are just making. They just want all the power. They're trying to, and that senator, he has so many different donations from the music industry. I don't have it pulled up, but I was reading an article and looking at the donations from all these different music. All the different, the record companies, the whatever. I don't have it all off the top of my head. Here's this. This is a fun article that I found. It's a little spicy, but it does kind of sum it up because it brings together a lot of the different tweets that people are tweeting out there about what's inside the bill. Check all this stuff out. All right. As Congress prepares to pass the $900 billion Coronavirus 19 stimulus bill rolled into a consolidated appropriations package with funding for assistance for households and businesses, along with the vaccine distribution and other pandemic-related measures. The bill also includes a ton of pork, per usual. Check this out. My goodness. Oh, the first one. It's just a fun little list. I'm just going to go over them all. Family members of unauthorized immigrants are now eligible to get stimulus checks under the $900 billion deal reached last night. That eligibility is retroactive, so adults excluded last time can now get $1,800. You heard that right. So if you are struggling and you're an American citizen, illegal immigrants they say unauthorized immigrants, okay, illegal immigrants, people who have come here, can now get not just the $600, but the $1,200 from the first stimulus. They're getting $1,800 out of this stimulus package. That's nuts. What? So, not immigrants, legal immigrants, unauthorized, family members of unauthorized. Not even just the unauthorized immigrants, but the family members as well. So I don't understand. We're using this bailout to bail out the people that have illegally come here. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'll use your terms. Unauthorized. They're not authorized to be here. They're not actually even American citizens, and they're getting a bailout. Not only are they getting the $600, they're getting the $1,200 from before. So they're getting more now than Americans. That, excuse me, that is not going to go over well when Americans find out about that, because they buried it. 5,593 pages? Get out of here. Oh, man, it gets worse. I mean, that's pretty bad right off the bat. That's ridiculous. This bill also includes $300 per week in enhanced unemployment benefits. Got nothing against that. Although it's nothing. $300 a week is bread. Let them eat bread. And would extend unemployment to 50 weeks for both state and federal programs versus the standard 26 weeks. At least it's all right. You know, it's like, okay, fine. I can get behind unemployment. Excuse me. Yeah, for the people that need it, you know? Oh, man, it gets worse. All right, so we got $3.3 billion in grants to Israel. And these, they have all the, everyone's taking clips, you know, from the bill, and it's all in there. It's insane. For necessary expenses for grants to enable the president to carry out the provisions in Section 23 of the Arms Export Control Act, $6 billion, of which $576 million to remain available until September 30th, 2022, is designated by the Congress for oversee contingency operations global war on terrorism pursuant of Section 251 of the Balanced Budget Emergency Deficit Control Act of 1985. And here it goes at the end. That of the funds appropriated under this heading, not less than $3.3 billion shall be available for grants only for Israel, which shall be dispersed within 30 days of this act. All right, that's okay. So $3.3 billion to Israel. Okay, so we're giving other countries money. Oh, it doesn't end there. Oh, more. Oh, sure. What else? COVID relief sends $453 million to Ukraine. All right, let's read that. Ukraine, of the funds appropriated by this act under Titles 3 and 4, not less than $453 million shall be made available for assistance for Ukraine. Oh, $10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. I'm sorry, what? Gender programs in Pakistan? Well, all right, let's read this one. Climate Security Advisory Council. Study required. The Director of National Intelligence, in coordination with the heads of other elements in the intelligence community determined appropriate by the Director, shall conduct a study on the effectiveness of Climate Security Advisory Council as a potential model for future advisory councils. That, not later than 180 days after the date of the enactment of this act, the Security of Energy, in consultation of the heads of any other relevant federal agencies, shall prepare a report that estimates the magnitude of excess carbon dioxide in atmosphere that will need to be removed by 2050 to achieve net zero emissions and stabilize the climate. Okay, so it's a whole climate change. Well, what does that have to do with gender programs? I don't understand. Maybe they... Oh, here's the gender programs part. Of the funds appropriated under the Title III, of this act are made available for assistance for Pakistan, not less than 15 million shall be made available for democracy programs, and not less than 10 million shall be made available for gender programs. What is going on? Why are we spending $10 million on gender programs in Pakistan? Not that I have anything to do with it. What is this bill for? I just, the more I read into this bill, the more it's just, they're trying to do all this stuff and they're printing money for this. They're creating more money that's making the US dollar drop. It's making the dollar worth nothing. I'm okay. $1.3 billion to Egypt. $700 million to Sudan. $130 million to Nepal. Oh my gosh. Millions and millions of dollars we're giving to all these countries. This is we just had Bill de Blasio. We must redistribute the wealth. Everyone keeps shying away from this, but this is literally what the term we must use. Bill de Blasio, communist confirmed. They are trying to destroy the US dollar. That's what they want. They want it to be worth nothing. They want our economy to be nothing. They want us to fall apart. They want they want America to be weak. That's what this looks like to me. They are destroying the American dollar. 35 million to Burma, 85 million to Cambodia, 1.4 billion to Asia Reassurance Initiation Act. I'm gonna read that one. Cause I'm sorry, what now? 1.4 billion. The Indo-Pacific Strategy and the Asian Reassurance Initiative Act of 2018. Of the funds appropriated under Titles 3 and 4 of this act, not less than $1.482 billion shall be made available to support implementation of the Indo-Pacific Strategy and the Asian Reassurance Initiative Act of 2018. What is that? Where is this $1.4 billion going in Asia? I need to know more about this. I'm gonna type this up. I'm gonna look into it. This is the bill. Just popped it up. This is the Asian Reassurance Initiative Act of 2018. Let's see what it says here. Long-term strategic vision and comprehensive, multifaceted, and principled United States policy for the Indo-Pacific region and other purposes. Vague. To be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled. All right, let me see. Text, this is really long. Let's see if I can, here we go, summary. The bill lays out strategies for promoting U.S. security and economic interests and values in the Indo-Pacific region, which spans from the west coast of India to the west coast of the United States. It authorizes funds to be appropriated for implementing such strategies and cites China's actions and claims in the South China Sea, North Korea's development of nuclear capabilities, and increased presence of international terrorist organizations in Southeast Asia as particular concerns. Okay, so this sounds like a defense bill. Defending, what are we going to do? Make bases out there or something? The bill authorized to be appropriated $1.5 billion each fiscal year from 2019 to 2023 for the Department of State and the U.S. Agency for International Development and the Department of Defense. Appropriated funds shall be used for various goals, including to advance U.S. foreign policy interests in the region. Well, what is the current powers to be's interest in that area? To improve the defense capacity and resilience of partner nations. Which partner nations? Whose partners? Build new counterterrorism partnership programs in the Southeast Asia. It's like all this stuff is just not saying China's name. Strengthen partner nations' democratic systems. What, like Hong Kong? You talking about Hong Kong right now? Ensure that regulatory environments in partner nations are transparent, open, and free of corruption. So we'll see. It seems this bill is saying that it's not 1.5 billion out of this one bill. It's 1.5 billion every fiscal year for the next 4 years. Well, technically 3 years now, because it's no longer 2019. The more I look into this stimulus bill, the more they snuck in it. It's pretty insane. Like, they are really just trying to slam everything they can into it. $4 billion for Navy weapons procurement. $4 billion for naval weapons. $2 billion for Space Force. $2 billion for Air Force missiles. I mean, I'm not going to complain about Space Force because I think they need the money in more than the Navy. Sorry, Navy. Love you and all. And Air Force, you too. But Space Force, China is working their way out there. They're trying to take over the moon. Whoever gets there first is going to stake claim. And guess what? They're going for it. I'm talking about China right now. China is going for it. They're building new space stations, international space stations. Actually, excuse me, CCP stations, because it's not international. It's just theirs. They don't want to work with the International Space Station. They want to build their own space stations, and they're doing it. They're going to the moon also. Not the Artemis project. That's the American thing that we're doing. The Artemis Accord. Well, the Artemis Accords is part of it, but the Artemis project is us going back to the moon, which is happening. We already have we've selected the astronauts that are going. It's pretty awesome. But China's going there. So, I mean, Space Force $2 billion, my goodness. $4 billion for Navy weapons procurement? Do you need $4 billion for new weapons, Navy? Really? $4 billion? While the rest of America crumbles? Crazy. Let's see here. What else did we find here? $208 million to upgrade the Census Bureau's computer systems. $208 million to upgrade the Census Bureau's computer systems. Now, I mean, this one's kind of funny because I have a feeling most of the government's computer systems are way outdated. All right? So outdated. You go to a library, the computer's outdated. Go to any government, go to the post office, look at the computers they're working on, and it's like, they're old. All right? So I'm going to, I can't complain about some things. $40 million for the Kennedy Center. Funding to discourage teenagers from drinking and hooking up. I'm sorry, what? Oh, let's read this one. Oh, this guy's got a bunch of them. All right. Horse racing. What? Oh my gosh. This title may be cited as the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act. Let's see. Term authority means the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority designated. The term breeder means a person who is in the business of breeding covered horses. Why is this in the stimulus bill? Why? Why is this in here? Horse racing, integrity, and safety? What are they doing? They're literally throwing, what else could we put in here to make it harder to find the important things? What is in here that people aren't finding yet? If this is just the beginning. My goodness. Oh my gosh. This is so nuts. Oh, jeez. $193 million for federal HIV and AIDS workers to buy cars and car insurance overseas, and a feminist museum. Oh my gosh. Oh, this guy Tom Elliott lays it all down. Yep. All right, look. It just keeps going and going. This one sums it up really well. Dear Speaker Pelosi, you know what's even better than giving us back our own money? Pork to your friends, astronomical increasing our debt, opening businesses and freedom. End conversation. Seriously, open the economy up. If masks work, they work. If the vaccine works, it works. Gosh, I'm so sick of it.